With the New York investigation heating up within just the last week, speculation is starting to come out. You're seeing op-ed after op-ed talking about which Trump family member is going to end up rolling on the others. At this point, it seems very unlikely that all of the Trump family, which includes Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and Ivanka Trump, all four of them, it's unlikely that they're all just going to go down with the ship. Eventually, somebody, either intentionally or unintentionally, is going to end up giving up the goods on somebody else. And if Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former lawyer/fixer, is to be believed, it could be that Daddy Trump ends up throwing somebody like Donald Trump Jr. under the bus. And the reason Michael Cohen thinks this is because he's already witnessed it firsthand several years ago. This is what he said recently on MSNBC. You may recall that there was the district attorney's case here for Trump Soho, where it was either Don or Ivanka was in big trouble as a result of lying about the number of units that had been sold. And Donald said it to me. I mean, I wouldn't say it if it wasn't said directly to me. He goes, if one or the other has to go to prison, make sure that it's Don, because Don would be able to handle it. So this was, I believe, in 2012 that this took place. You know, Michael Cohen was still deeply ingrained with everything Donald Trump did, was still his guy, his best friend. And Trump told him, like, hey, if somebody goes to jail, please make sure it's the idiot's son and not my precious little daughter, Ivanka. She wouldn't do well in prison. Michael Cohen went on to say that Donald Trump told him. But Don Jr., oh, he's totally cut out for prison, right? You just look at him and you could tell, like, there's a guy that's going to bode well really, really easily in prison, right? No, none of them will do well in prison. And it's that fear of prison, that fear of losing absolutely everything, that is likely going to cause these family members to eventually turn on one another. Now, as far as we know, Alan Weisselberg, who of course has been indicted, the Trump CFO, has not rolled on anybody, right? He's keeping his mouth shut for now. That doesn't mean prosecutors aren't trying to get him to turn on somebody. You know, they've already been turning up the heat on him. There's been plenty of reports on that. You've got other members of the Trump organization that they're basically trying to pit Weisselberg against, saying, if you don't roll on this guy is going to roll on you. So that is what this investigation really is kind of hinging on at this point. Can we get more dirt by getting these people, these horrible human beings, to all turn against one another and just start giving up the goods? But you also have to wonder, do they even need it? If you don't need these people to roll on one another, then there will be no plea deals. There will be no damning testimony of one family member throwing the other under the bus. If they're going for racketeering charges, then that's it. Nobody has the chance to roll on the other. And hopefully that's what happens here. None of these people should be let off the hook. The evidence that we know about, which is far less than what the committee actually has, the investigators, is already overwhelming at this point. It seems very clear that there was either bank fraud or tax fraud, probably both. So if you can hit them with racketeering, then there's no amount of flipping, no amount of rolling that any of these people can do to avoid those criminal charges. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.